back to another Parts Factory Australia installation tutorial video. Guys, we're back out the farm. We're working on this Hyundai Ix35. We're going to be changing out the fuel pump. Now this should also be applicable for the Hyundai Tucson. They're basically the same car. I think this one was 12 to 17. The Tucson was like 11 to 16. Don't quote me on that, guys. All the information is going to be in the video. If you need this part, we've got them available for the Ix35 and the Tucson. It's going to take about half an hour. There are a few little safety things we've got to go through before we continue. First things first, guys, the most important thing when you're working on fuel pumps, obviously you're right next to the fuel tank, you can put your hands in fuel, you know what I mean? One spark, whether it's electrical or metal on metal, I'll explain first. Let's get rid of the battery terminal, take the negative terminal off, let the car drain down. You can just turn your key on and it'll fully drain it out. And then second thing, guys, when you are doing the fuel tank ring on the top, you want to be making sure you use a rubber hammer and a rubber, whatever you choose to use. You know, I'm going to use a little screwdriver with a rubber hammer, tap it around, that way there's no spark, there's no risk of explosion. Don't want to freak you out, everything's going to be okay. Alrighty guys, don't forget, if you need this part, click on the title, description will pop down, link, order it, boom, get it into your hand there, $183, buy it, and I'll show you how to fit it. Alrighty, let's jump into it. Alrighty guys, so your fuel pump's underneath this seat. It's a bit of a pain to get up, but you just grab it from the corner, just give it a nice pull, and hopefully it'll just pop up. Try this side as well. I'm wondering if it attaches to the back or... Right here, you can see there, that's your fuel pump there. It would be better to get this seat out, but I'm just working out how to. It seems to like not want to move. Yep. So there we go. Usually they just pull out. Very weird. Well, to be honest, if I get the seat belt and prop it up like that, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to use the seat belt to hold that like that. Let's unplug this, and you can, boom, there's your fuel pump right there. Now, obviously, at this point, you need to make sure you got your negative terminal off, and if you do, we can continue forward. That just took the breath out of me. So just pop that, you'll look in there, and you'll see a little plug. I don't think, oh yeah, might come out. Yeah, no, what we're gonna do is let's get these 4 Phillips head screws, pop this cap off, and we'll have a look at that plug. Alrighty guys, so you got your 4 Phillips heads. Get one out at a time. Alright, so you got your 4 Phillips heads. You can now just grab this cap. If you've got a flathead, it's going to be a bit easier. I'm going to try and use this bloody Phillips head. Okay, so it pops up like that. You can drag this out of the way. Now, this plug, we're back to that. Yeah, so the lever you have to press is actually on this side. So you just press it. Once you pressed it, it'll pop up like so. Now, you got this breather hose. Oh, and by the way, there are 2 types of these pumps. You got one like this where it's like a hose clamp and it pops off to the side, or you have another type where it's got 2 spouts. You see how this one is a spout, it goes straight up in the air, and then this one goes as a breather hose. There are 2 types, and I will have both of the types in the description or on the shop. You can obviously pull your seat up, have a look, that way you know what you need, etc. And then, yeah, when you're ready, order it and get it on its way. Alright, so at this point, we're going to get this breather hose off. You're going to need a nice pair of, pliers. And then, we're going to get this little hose off. Let me just have a quick look. Yep, so you need a flathead screwdriver, so I'll go grab those tools now. With this plug here, you just use a little flathead, bring it down, and you just grab this green tab. And just pull it. Yeah, it is. You put your flathead in, give it a twist, and you'll notice it just pops out. It's quite harder than I expected. It should just come out easy. Yep. So it comes out like that. Yep. And that little bit of pressure will come out. Keep that green tab. You want to be reusing that. Now you just pop the hoses out of your way. I'll grab my pliers for that one. Alrighty, and then you just depress this little alligator clamp, grab the hose with your pliers and just twist it. And when you do that, you'll find, hopefully, just use the pliers, you can just crimp down on the hose and it'll just pop off nice. Again, we want to be moving these hoses out of the way, because our next task needs as much space as we can get. If you can't get it out of the way, it's all good. Let's see if you can, yeah. It'll sit there. Okay, so you can see now you got these 8mm all around the edges. So I recommend not using power tools because they will emit a little spark. You are welcome to do whatever you like, but probably don't use power tools. Use a little 8mm on a regular ratchet. I'll go grab one. Alrighty guys, so just one at a time. Undo all these bolts, and I'll see you when you've got all them out. Okay guys, so collect all your bolts. Put them somewhere safe. You do need every single one because it needs to be a nice seal around the edge when you put the new one back in. Okay, so you see it lifts up there because it's got springs pushing it up into the air. I want you to remove the ring first. This ring here, just put it to the side. Now guys, remember, now that there's going to be fuel everywhere, you do need to be a bit more careful with what you do. You know, buddy old mates next to you smoking a cigarette, going to be a big problem. Okay, so just bring the fuel pump up into the air. Now guys, I can spill whatever I want in these cars. They're wreckers cars. I advise you now to put some rags around the edge because there's no way around this, guys. There's going to be fuel leaking out of this pump. See how mine's going everywhere. Now, as you pull it up into the air, you'll find that little floaty kind of gets stuck. Just work out a way to maneuver it around. And you can see the fuel wants to flow out of this pump, so I'm going to keep tipping it best I can back into the tank, and then just pull it out nice and quickly. Okay, so that's your fuel pump removed from the vehicle. It's now time to grab your new one. Alrighty guys, so hopefully you've received your new one in the mail. Now I did mention there is multiple types of this pump. We do sell both. So you can just grab it, rip it out of the bag. Now I can tell you right now already, this is not the correct type for this car. And I'll show you how to tell what you're looking for, etc. Pop it out like that. Okay, you see how this one has two male parts that stick directly up into the air. So it wants two of those clipped ones, you know what I mean? And one plug, while the one we pulled out has a breather and of course a main nipple. The reason for that is because this is a return system, so it comes back and maintains a constant pressure, and that other one, it's just direct and then breathes back. So yeah, when you're on the shop, you'll be able to see both types, select the type you need, and yeah, you'd be good to go. Alrighty guys, so at this point, hopefully you've got the correct one delivered in the mail. First things first, we need to install the floaty, which is just this. To grab your pump, bring it out, find some space on the ground or however you want to do it, and then essentially it just stabs in like that, and then you just push hard like this, and it'll clip into these two little clips here, and then you're good to install it. Now you can grab your pump, put it next to your old one, just do a quick comparison. Obviously these are by definition two different pumps, but yes, get the correct one. And then yeah, at this point obviously I'm not going to put the new one in, there'd be no point in me doing that. So what I do is I just bring the pump back in, and you want to reline it up the same way it was facing, and you can do that just by lining up that breather hose. As you can see, let me just work out where it's, oh yeah, the level over there is getting stuck. It's kind of like, with two hands you'll be fine, because you can just reach it down on down there and hopefully push it in a bit easier than I can. Like that, so it drops in. Now yeah, as I said, you want to line it up facing the same direction as it was removed, so you can see like that, it's happy to sit there like that. It's actually literally happy to sit there, and you can grab the ring, put it over like that. Now usually these rings have a certain way. You can see here there's an oval little part that has to be lined up 1 and 2, and then once you've got it in position like that, you just grab one bolt. I've gotten very lucky that the spring hasn't pushed up, don't want to ruin that luck. Yeah, one's in. And once you got two in, then you guys know the rest. It's pretty self-explanatory moving forward, because the ring will now just chill. Put all your screws in using just your hand tools, not power tools, like so, and you'd be good to go. All right, I'll do that and I'll speak to you shortly. Alrighty guys, so once you've got all the bolts in, it's now time to put our little breather hose back on. Push it like so, all the way on nice and snug. This is important because if this isn't on properly, as it's a return for vapor, your car will, vapor will, seep through the seat and you'll smell it, which is not going to be good. Now, once you've got that on, you can pull the fuel hose back around like that, because we hit it out of the way, pushing down nicely. Grab your little green clip. Now, if you did destroy your clip more than I destroyed mine, you might need to get a replacement one. Let me just put the phone down. I want to just test this out and make sure that it's definitely going to work for me. One sec. Okay, yeah, with the condition that mine was in, it did go in perfectly. You can give a pull up on that hose, make sure it's nice and firm. But other than that, guys, you now grab this wiring. Now remember, this pokes through this, so you got to go like that. Get it facing the right direction first, and then yeah, once you've got it correct, rotate it over, plug your plug back in. So you should hear an audible click like we did for me. You can then just grab your plate, sticking it back on like that, and don't forget you got your 4 Phillips head screws, self-tapping screws, so you just tighten them up nice. Find where I put mine. Alrighty guys, so now it's just time to tighten up your Phillips heads. You want this done correct because this again will keep a lot of the fuel vapor out of the car so you can breathe easy. 1. And then again, don't forget, you've got that little seal that separates the wiring runs through. It's another important part just to help with the smell. Okay, so once you've got that nice and tight, just grab your wiring, you tuck the wiring into the underneath area. It's kind of like a just pop it in sort of deal. Okay, so once you got that, don't forget your seat has an electrical plug as well. I'm assuming that's to detect if someone's sitting. I'll just plug that in like that. And then yeah, you just grab I'll grab the flap it back over. Wiring just pops out like so. And then now it's time to unlock your belt. Popping it all back into place, and it's quite a solid little click. You kind of like push on it hard. If it's not going in, you might be out of a line. You should hear it kind of. Oh yeah, so you have a look here. It's like a male and female part. So just make sure going in the hole. Yeah, weird. Let me put the camera down. I'll be back with you in a sec. I realise it's just because the seat has a bit of a bend in it, so it's eventually came back straight. So yeah, done. That's nice and easy, guys. In and out. All right, guys. Hope everything's gone nice and smooth. Fuel pump was actually pretty easy, realistically. In and out in under 20 minutes, which is fantastic. Guys, I want to point out, imagine if you went to a mechanic, had him do this, he'd charge you 2 or 3 hours labor, sell you the part, make money on the part. It'd be in excess of $600-700, guys. Where you're going to get this whole job done for you under $200, all from the comfort of your own home. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching another Parts Factory Australia installation tutorial video. I'll see you next time.